So what is it that interests you about digital communication? As the digital is a break with the body, and your work and interests reside with video and performance. So how do you account for the digital element, and why did you decide to use it in this piece?
I wanted to create the break, and I wanted to create this space where, the space where I'm focusing on like reducing the qualities of both mediums, both video and performance, and focusing on the element of time and presence. And that space becomes sort of that ephemeral digital space that does not have any physical boundaries. I'm playing with the idea, like despite that you're looking at the performance in real time, it's also a documentation kind of a performance that's happening in real time. So the idea of documentation versus representation, the way I look at the camera is being this additional body in space. It has its own presence. And so it's not something supplementary to the performance or to what's being documented. It's as essential on its own to the performance and to you as an audience as well. There's a regard with the audience, there's the eye contact, there's the one-on-one. It is also a performance to the camera, and it's not just a performance that's being documented. There is that tension that's being created between that second body and the performer itself.
Can you speak a little bit about gestures? I know this work had a lot to do with kind of cultural gestures and identity.
I'm telling a personal story that has a certain, emotional weight to it. It has a personal connotation to me. So I think where the hesitance came in the performance was really that time to reflect on what I'm recounting. The reason I didn't want sound, because I wanted the attention to be brought to the expression, the gestures, and I wanted the image to speak for itself. Without the sound element, what would the piece be to an audience?
I think that sound is also really seductive. It provides a rhythm to a video. So if you don't have it, it makes it so strange and you expect it. We live in this time where you're given so much information on the screen all the time. So when you don't have these things that you expect, it makes it very awkward. And you're almost creating a narrative for yourself as you're watching, particularly with this work. There's moments where you feel like you're understanding what you're saying just by watching your mouth move. But I think that sound is such a tricky thing because it does provide a rhythm.